We're talking about hormone replacement therapy on this special half-hour segment of the show this morning. And we have with us Dr. Victor Bozzone of Doctor's Care here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. And from California, Santa Rosa Beach, the beautiful Suzanne, and just youthful forever, Suzanne Summers, who joins us. And I got to say, for 69 years old, absolutely beautiful, absolutely amazing.
Thank you. I feel great.
Well, and that's one of the great things about, as you mentioned, about the hormone replacement therapy. It is something that, we lose our hormones as the older that we get, and in men and women. Sometimes it seems like women earlier than men. But what about us guys? I mean, I hit 60 this year, so my time's coming, and it's going to be, it's something that I'm going to have to be looking into.
Jim, your time is not coming. Your time is here.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, don't let it pass you by.
You're saying I'm too young for this. You're not. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, jump on. You can see the passion that both Dr. Bozzone and I have for this. There's a reason they do movies called Grumpy Old Men. And what is that? As a man ages, women have high estrogen and low testosterone. Both are important, but men are just the opposite, high testosterone and low estrogen. But as a man ages and starts declining in testosterone, things start happening. He loses his energy, he gets belly fat, his shoulders start sloping, his that manly physique starts leaving, and pretty soon he develops man boobs. And then when the testosterone gets lower than the estrogen, if you notice, old men have high voices. That's because they're out of testosterone. So most men are reluctant to even entertain the idea of testosterone replacement because they think it means that they can't, have sex anymore. That's the last thing to go. Along the way, you lose the essence of you. And I notice at my age now, and my husband is 10 years older than I am, and so when we're around 70 and 80-year-old men, the difference between the men on the bioidentical hormones and those who are not is clear. The older men who are not on hormones, they're darling, and you kind of want to pat them on the head, but the guys on the hormones have juice. They still have their pheromones. They still have that sexual part of them. And so my husband's been on bioidentical hormone replacement, testosterone, DHEA, for about 20 years now. But 20 years ago, he started, I said, you're getting to be like our old cat. You fall asleep at mid-morning, and then after lunch you take a nap, and then while I'm making dinner you take a nap again, and then after dinner you want to go to bed and go to sleep. I said, cats sleep all day and that's what you're doing. I said, you see how vibrant I am. Why don't you go to the doctor and see about hormones? So he did, and he was almost drained out. And like what Dr. Bozzone said, the difference between my husband before testosterone replacement and after is night and day, and the fact that we're both on it has made for this sexy relationship. Our brains are working. We're not on any pharmaceuticals because our body is so healthy as a result of restoring the hormones. It's great.
Now, as far as the men, speaking as a man, what are some of the things that we,
yes,
we decided? Well, thank you, appreciate that. The things that we start feeling. I mean, your husband, he didn't want to do it there, I guess, but then you talked him into it. How long does it take? Something the hormone replacement therapy. How long does it take to affect you?
For men, it's so much easier than it is for women. Their alchemy is less complicated than ours. For him, it was simply I give him shots once a week. That's my little power thing. Okay, all right, roll over, pull your pants down. I do this. And if he's been nice to me, I go in the place where it doesn't hurt. If he's been mean to me, I go to that right there where it's going to hurt. No, I'm only joking. It's almost immediate with men. Don't you find that, Dr. Bozzone?
Yes, as I stated to Jim earlier, when I got on to hormone replacement therapy, I noticed there were changes in me within the first 10 days. I was waking up when I was raring to go, and I really didn't want to go to sleep at night because I was still I was just sitting on go all the time. And this was quite a change from the past, from the previous 3 or 4 years of my life when I was just gradually taking naps all the time and behaving like your old cat.
And also, I find that that the thinking is so sharp.
Yes.
I notice in meetings, my husband, with all the 40 and 50-year-olds, he's like right there. He's on top of it. He's plus. See, here's the most important thing. What does the planet need more than anything right now? Wisdom. And what has happened to our elders of the tribe is by the time they've grown old enough to access wisdom, they're so pilled up that they can't access it. So we're losing such a vital part of who we are. So those of us who've restored ourselves to youthful hormonal balance get to partake in this new extended life that science and technology has allowed, but we are putting the quality back into it. And when you're not all filled up, your wisdom starts pouring. It's almost like in every situation you're floating above and you've got this perspective that you can't possibly have when you're younger. So there's so many great reasons for putting Humpty Dumpty back together again, is what I call it.
Well, Suzanne, we got about a minute and a half left. Any closing thoughts you'd like to pass along regarding Forever Health and the great work that they do, and as things that you've learned?
Well, we put Forever Health together as a service because I had so many women reading the books. See, the women read the books, and then they drag the husband in after. So we realized that targeting the women is the most important thing. I'm sure Dr. Bazone finds that same thing initially. But I feel that if we can understand how healthy you can be and how enhanced the quality of your life can be on this, and it's frankly ultimately less expensive because it's expensive to be sick. When you're not sick, you get to enjoy every day and wake up with gratitude and be the wise person in the family and on the planet. And we need that.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for being with us, Suzanne Summers, out in California.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us and talking about this. And Dr. Bazone, I guess if they want more information regarding bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, they can call the number on your screen. You can also go to your website, which is on the screen as well.
Yes, it is.
And find out about it. You're here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Yes. Well, we're here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. We have our offices on Community Road in close proximity to
Garden Park
Hospital.
Right. Well, running out of time. If you want some more information, give them a call.